Okay, so today we speak a little bit about the Dhamma, reflect maybe on something, and the topic, the area of reflection. Maybe today would be kind of only starting on the topic, give you some thoughts for reflection, because the topic can be seen from different angles and from different areas of your life. You can apply it and so on. So the idea is, do we need to have goals or ambitions in our holy life, in things what related to our spirituality? Like, do we need to have concrete goal, and maybe even understand the way, of course, but also understand when I would reach there? Or do we need to completely let go, no any goals, no any ambitions, I just accept everything? So in Buddhism we have two, of course many schools have a different attitude toward this question, but some schools have very kind of concrete, almost like opposite attitude. Some say no need to do anything, just let go, whatever arises, it's part of your mind. I think like Taoism a little bit about this, something else also. And another school's more like concrete, like you definitely need to attain something within this period of time, and they will even write for you like a real plan for your nearest time, like in 2 months first jhana, in 3 months second jhana, blah blah blah. So something like this. So what actually what would be the correct way? The question is, what would be the way what we can read in suttas and what we can take from maybe even as a Buddha as an example? So I'm not claim that I'm going to answer this question, but I'm going to reflect together with you, and then it's up to you, what attitude have towards the goal. We just maybe discuss what's the benefit and drawback of each approach. So, and maybe to start with, we start with the easiest part. In Samyutta Nikaya we have Dhammacakkapavattana sutta. It's how the Buddha kind of make going the will of Dhamma. There are, of course, many aspects, but one aspect the Buddha give 4 noble truths, and Buddha give the way, which attitude we need to have towards each of these noble truths. So we don't need to have same attitude towards 4 noble truths as a whole. Of course, we need to have an attitude that it's a core teaching of the Buddha. That's the attitude, But attitude in terms of what we need to do to all these noble truths, they're different. And so, first noble truth is dukkha. Like there is a suffering, there is dissatisfaction, So we need to understand this, We need to maybe good word would be acknowledge existence of the suffering. It's a part of this being, I can of course reduce it by some skillful action, I can increase it by some unskillful actions, but it's definitely part of being. As long as I have body and mind, I cannot avoid this completely. So even arahants experience this physical pain. Buddha have a back pain and so on, so it's unavoidable. So it more sounds like acceptance, like maybe there's no much goal or no much kind of ambitions here. Just understand that and accept in a way, or acknowledge. So the second noble truth is about the cause of the dukkha, what's the reason of the dukkha, how it's come to be. And of course we know reason and the cause, it's a craving. So strong kind of thirst, they even sometimes translate. And what we need to do about craving? Do you remember? We need to understand it, or we need to develop it. So, so to say, we need to abandon it. Naturally, we need to let go of this. So this is the things which we need to let go. When the people say let go, what Buddha meant by let go of craving, not let go of noble truth of craving, not let go of noble friendship, not let go of your understanding of something, but let go of craving. And craving here, we need to distinguish between the craving, which rooted in attachment, rooted in appropriation, or taking things as mine, or clinging, like we may say. So I cling to something and I crave for it. or on another side, some kind of wish or determination or aspiration for something. Like in the end of talk, we usually do sharing of merit, and we use determination or aspiration towards Nibbana. Yeah, I don't think that you crave for Nibbana at that time. Yeah, at least I'm not intent on this. Because naturally craving leads to increasement of suffering. But healthy aspiration, okay, this is my goal. This is the things where I need to go. This is the things where what I'm striving for. Yeah. Otherwise, even in the business like lay life, when you don't have any ambitions in terms of you don't want to attain anything, you would not attain. Yeah. Like you would not develop your business. You would not increase your income or whatever. But if you have this desire, like I speak about healthy desire, just like I need to support my family, I need to increase my income, what I can do. So, and just do something about this. So all these things started from desire. Yeah. So I think it's good also to remember here the middle way, middle path, what the Buddha always teaches. So don't be over attached to like especially sensual pleasure, and don't kind of be completely like what they call it, like in sutta it's self-mortification, like totally kind of abandon the need of the body. But in this way of the goal-orientated way, we can apply the same kind of mechanism of middle way. Don't be attached to your goal, but also don't blindly go without any goal. Like otherwise, where you go? Like in the sutta, you remember when the Buddha compares the teaching of those who never even attain anything. Like the teacher of that school, he never even realized something, and he compared him with a blind person who at the top of the queue of the people, and all of them, they follow him, touched by his shoulder, but he's blind. He cannot lead them anywhere. Yeah, he also go like somewhere, like maybe touch the like walls and columns. Like he don't know where to go. So we need to have a leader, a teacher who knows where to go. Yeah, like naturally, and we need to have a desire to follow this teacher. This is a kind of desire and goal. So what we need to abandon, it's a cause of suffering. Yeah, what we need to let go is a cause of suffering. So the next noble truth is about the nirodha, so the cessation of the suffering. So what we need to do about cessation of the suffering? We need to realize it. Yeah, this is a kind of goal, and in cessation of the suffering can go in different kind of degree. Yeah, we can realize cessation of suffering right now. Like now I see my meditation is good, and right now I don't feel any suffering, no any mental suffering, only physical suffering. It's a kind of temporary cessation of suffering. But of course, ultimate cessation of suffering, it's about nibbana, it's about complete abandonment. And once you realize the cessation of suffering, even here and now, to some degree, it would be really strong motivation to practice further. Yeah, you see, okay, it's possible. Right now, I did my practice for a few years, and I can realize something. Yeah, so it means the way is working. If I go the same way, sooner or later I will reach it. So, and if the Buddha say we need to realize it, it's a kind of concrete instruction about goal. Yeah, we need to have this goal. We need to do something to realize it. So this is, I would say, kind of proof to have a goal, to have orientation, to have ambitions in a way. Yeah, healthy ambitions, of course. And the last noble truth is about the patipada, the way, the path leading to the cessation of this suffering. And of course, paths need to be developed. Like otherwise, it would be not a path. Yeah. So, and here also clearly, if something needs to be developed, isn't it a goal? Yeah, isn't it a kind of aspiration or determination? Even I can say, I want to develop right view. Yeah, I want to increase my skill in right speech. Yeah, I want to understand, or I want to realize how to develop right samadhi. So these things come with wish, come with desire, come with kind of attitude towards the goal. Yeah, we have a path, and we're going to develop it. And since we're speaking about Noble Eightfold Path, the most kind of connected to wish and desire and aspiration, it's a right effort. Yeah, because right effort, even inside the word already, right effort. We shouldn't let go of effort naturally. So, and right effort, just remind you, we can, it consists of 4 parts and can be divided to 2 pairs. So one pairs how to have an attitude towards unwholesome mental state, and second pairs pair how to develop, how to have an attitude towards unwholesome mental state. So wholesome and unwholesome mental state. So about unwholesome, first we need to make an effort not to increase, not to give a rise for any unwholesome mental state. Yeah. So I now see there is no any unwholesomeness, and I do something to prevent unwholesomeness to arise. And second one, I need to eradicate anything unwholesome what's already there. So I see inside the mind there is some greed or something. I do something to let go of it. I not just accept I'm greedy person. Like let people love me. I'm greedy person. No problem. My mother loved me anyway. I'm greedy or not. So it's about unwholesome mental state. About wholesome mental state, one thing we need to develop, increase. We need to make them arise. Yeah. They're not there. I watch my mind. There is nothing wholesome there, but I make an effort to increase this wholesomeness. And then when I watch it, when I notice something wholesome arise, I make an effort to develop it, to make it fulfill and grow. So this is the attitude what we need to have. So now here, like, what another quality, what another path factor, apart from right view? Right view, of course, it's a top, it's things at the beginning we need to develop. But I speak about to develop right effort. What another path factor very important? Yeah. Right what? You speak about right view. Yeah. Okay. This is a core stone. I agree. But what another part? Yeah. So mindfulness of what in this case? Mindfulness of the body, sensation in the body, or mindfulness of the mind? Yeah. Because we speak about wholesome and unwholesome mental states, yeah? It's naturally we need to be aware of the mind. But of course, when you're even aware of your body, your mind is still there. You're not separate from present moment. But the most healthy and most useful in this respect to watch your mind. Just see what's wholesome mental state there, maybe some enlightenment factors like mindfulness, concentration, and so on, or unwholesome mental states, some desire or some aversion or some whatever, like doubt. So you watch your mind, you see what's need to be done, and you kind of develop something or abandon something. And for this, it's good to have a understanding of the goal, yeah, understanding of the I want to purify my mind. This is a very wholesome desire. And maybe you remember the sutta when someone asked Buddha, you speak about the freedom from desire, and also you speak about desire to get this freedom from desire, yeah, desire to get nibbana. I don't understand how, like, you speak about one desire is good, another desire is bad, like, what's the double standards? And the Buddha say, like, imagine, like, you want to go to Rajagaha or any kind of city, like, from here you want to go to KL, yeah? And you have a desire, otherwise you don't go there. If you don't want, I mean, apart from situation when someone drag you against your will, but usually we want to go somewhere for something. So, and you have the desire, and then when you reach the place, this desire naturally disappear. You don't need it anymore. Now you won't go back. Yeah. So you don't want to go to that place since you're already there. Same way with Nibbana. You want to reach there, you want to go there, you need to understand what is Nibbana. But once you reach there, once you even approach there, this desire not relevant anymore. Yeah. So we don't need to worry about this. And maybe to touch a little bit on the drawbacks of the desires or ambitions. Yeah. Naturally, I think we discussed it already. If my desire or ambitions rooted or connected in the clinging or attachment or like appropriation, I think about Nibbana, but I imagine that I am the one who will attain Nibbana. Yeah. Or I am like all those people like fools, you know, like, but I will be the one, you know. So this kind of self-orientated, or even if I like want to attain jhana, yeah, let's speak about more steps on the way. Want to attain jhana, and I really attach to the description of jhana, like my teacher or some book just describe it like the most blissful. You see the morning star, and it's so brightful and so wonderful. I want this. Like, and you really kind of cling to that exact description, to that exact, not even quality of, because we know we speak about jhana, we speak about jhana factors, we speak about qualities of the mind, which quality of the mind. But the person may have a concrete picture how it would be for him jhana or even nibbana. When I will be free, I will feel like this or like that. So a person kind of imagine himself based on some other experiences, based on some books or some teachers say to him. But we all need to keep in mind that all these descriptions, how you even describe what's going on in your mind, you have to use some similes, yeah? You have to use some way of expression. And whatever I find useful and good expression, you may find different, yeah? We all have a different kind of imagination, different perceptions, and in a way. So that's why if you would be attached to my imagination of like morning star, even when I say morning star, all of us have a different perception. What is morning star? Yeah, someone say, oh, the sun like in the sky, the small like Venus or some some planet. Someone imagines the star right here. Someone imagines Christmas star, on the Christmas tree. So whatever, there's a lot of stars, and you can apply any morning for the stars. So that's why don't be attached to concrete kind of manifestation of that goal in a way, but to have clear understanding what is the goal and what is quality of the mind, I need to develop, and where I am now, yeah, like to see, okay, now I have this problem, that problem, maybe mindfulness needs to be increased, maybe right effort sometime, okay, right view, maybe I have. So to clearly see where I am on the path, because we have a description of each like step of this path, it's very healthy, it's very good, but proliferate and imagine and dwell a lot on the like how it will be for me when I. But saying this, it's important to keep in mind that if you dwell or reflect on the concept of nibbana itself, like what is nibbana? We have a lot of adjectives, we have a lot of words which describe nibbana in the suttas, and even in the Visuddhimagga they combine all this together and call it upasamānussati. So reflection on the total peace, like upasama can be translated like complete peace or complete stillness or nibbana. So they collect there all the descriptions how nibbana can be described, and the person is encouraged to reflect on it and maybe even imagine, oh, it would be wonderful when I don't have any kind of inclination of the mind, what should like move me without my choice, yeah, or I don't have any disturbance of the mind, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. So to dwell on it, it will help you to little bit more understand the goal, little bit more understand the like where you go, and even sometime it can give rise to some wholesome. In sutta they call it spiritual domanassa, spiritual dissatisfaction, maybe in a way. So it's a painful like mental feeling, like in a way it's unpleasant mental feeling, but it's lead to spiritual development. And the example given, like when I see some monk attain something, jhana or sotapanna or even higher attainment, and I look at him, of course I'm happy for him, but also I little bit depressed in a way. Or when I would be there, I also practice, but I'm not yet there. So it's definitely unpleasant. Yeah, it's lead for you to increase the desire to attain there, and it's definitely useful for you to get there. But it can be unpleasant. And interestingly, Buddha say we need to develop this. Yeah, rather than on the countryside to have a worldly, like someone gets some wealth, buy a new car or buy a new house, and you feel same way. Like, I would like to also, these kind of things. But rather than this, to change it for spiritual qualities, like one develops spiritual quality, and I also like incline towards it. I'm happy for him, but I incline my mind, I would like also to do these kind of things. So this also, in a way, goal-orientated, yeah, things what can help us on the path. So the long story short, what would be the takeaway from our short discussion? I hope it was short. So, what we need to do, what we need to take back to our daily life. Yeah, I think one way to first sit maybe at some point and reflect what actually my goal in my spiritual life right now. And goal can be different. Yeah, we all have a different degree of spiritual maturity. Yeah, and it's totally fine to admit that maybe now my goal is to give more dana, yeah, or my goal is to keep my sila better. I'm not so good in my sila, or like to develop my mind, or like maybe attain the fifth jhana, or whatever fifth jhana is not exist, but so anything, just clearly, honestly understand where am I, aware what will be my next step, and if you like, also would be interesting to dwell on the ultimate goal, like what actually nibbana is. To read all this adjective and reflect, okay, like, how it would be wonderful for me. And this really can give strong rise to inspiration to continue practice. Not just stay where you are, but really develop. And also take care about like attachment and appropriation. So when I take this goal as my or something what I really want in this exact form as I would imagine, then definitely attachment leads to suffering. This in the Buddhist teaching we have a lot. So that's a takeaway, and I hope you will be free from suffering sooner or later. Sadhu, sadhu.